This high-end $300 bike light was sent to me by Sigma, a German manufacturer. This light was $18 on Amazon. We'll call it the Amazon light. We're going to test these today, but first I should explain that the brightness of these lights is measured in lumens. According to Sigma, the Buster 2000 produces 2000 lumens, which should be brighter than the headlights on an average car. Now that's pretty bright, but not according to this Amazon seller who claims 5,000 lumens on their light. To give you a frame of reference, that's like the headlight on a Boeing 737. Output bright can come to max 5,000 lumen. Internal wiring applies high-efficient booster circuit, utilize batteries in the largest extent. Waterproofing design, easy to install and use. I think Google Translate would have done a better job with this listing, but still, I understand their claims. They say this light produces 5,000 lumens and that it's waterproof. If not, most people aren't going to care. Even if it's 10% what they say, it's probably worth $18. Still, we haven't tested this light yet. As for the Sigma, it's particularly German. Everything on it is bulletproof, sealed precisely, and serious looking. The power pack has a USB port to charge your phone with, there's an LED indicator for battery life, and there's even a wireless remote which I guess you could mount near your thumb. As I said before, Sigma rates this at 2000 lumens, and it's supposed to run for 2.5 hours at that setting. At $300, I expect it to do exactly that and nothing less. The first thing we're going to test is battery life. It's about 65 degrees out and both lights are fully charged. You could say that these are ideal conditions. I'm leaving them both on high and letting them run out. On the box, the Sigma promises 2.5 hours on the high setting, while the Amazon light doesn't even have a rating for runtime. With this dinky battery powering a quote 5,000 lumen light, I would expect it to go out rather quickly. Time will tell. Big surprise! The Amazon light lasted almost 2.5 hours. That's enough for most night rides and more than enough if you could get away with running it at half power. By now, the Sigma should be at the end of its battery life, but the meter is still showing tons of juice. Maybe Sigma was being conservative about the runtime. 4 hours and it's still going. The Sigma lasted about 4 hours and 15 minutes. It's worth noting that this time could change in colder weather, and definitely after the battery degrades from heavy use. Still, even in the worst conditions, I would expect the Sigma to hold up to its promise. As for the Amazon light, we don't care. It's $18. It's time to see how these perform at night. If you're familiar with bike lights, you know that both of these are floodlights, and that they illuminate wide areas. A great way to ride at night is with a floodlight on your handlebars and a spotlight on your helmet. This way, your whole path is illuminated as well as wherever your head is turned. We'll be testing these lights with and without a small 200 lumen helmet light. You gotta admit, the Amazon light is not bad. No, the beam isn't clean and uniform, and this battery might even explode 4 inches from my crotch. But that's a chance I'm willing to take for $18. Let's try turning on the 200 lumen helmet light to supplement it, like a lot of riders would. With the helmet light, my visibility has improved significantly. Still, when I turn the Amazon light off, it seems like the one on my helmet is almost as bright. This is not even close to 5,000 lumens. Assuming Sigma's ratings are accurate, it's time to see what 2,000 lumens really looks like.
Oh my god! Whoa. Okay, this is the Buster 2000. It's fair to say that this is a little brighter than the Amazon light.
Out in the street, I didn't realize how bright this light was.
Now I'm going to turn on the Buster 200 that's on my helmet. Honestly, I couldn't even see it go on.
Having the helmet light on is kinda nice, but definitely not necessary. The Sigma is brighter than the Amazon light, even at half power, and at that level it's rated for 5 hours. Considering the results of the battery test, we could probably expect at least 7 or 8 hours out of this thing at the second to highest setting. Still, it's $300. For that much, we can mount 10 Amazon lights side by side and keep an extra few as spares back in the car. That's a pretty good solution if you don't mind your bike looking like the area behind your computer desk. Back at the trailhead, I wanted to have some fun and light up the pump track with the Sigma. I might want to come back and do this again. Our trail test revealed that the Sigma was, big surprise, far superior to the Amazon light. But we also saw that for $18, you can't really complain about it. But what if you ride dark country roads every night? What if you regularly get caught in the rain or the snow? What if you're the raddest backcountry bike commuter that ever lived? Maybe this is overkill, but I need to know. After a full minute submerged in water, the Sigma showed no signs of any issues. The inside of the power connector and USB port were bone dry. This might simulate the battery and light being covered in melting snow, or being splashed constantly with mud or water from the road. And here we have a light which claims to have, quote, waterproofing design. Part of this is constructed with paper, and that looks like a circuit board right there. One full minute and the Amazon light is still on. Not a surprise actually, as this is just hose water. Still, I want to see how it was affected. The paper is clearly soaked, and there's a little water in the connector. Still, splashing through puddles probably isn't going to damage this light in the short term. Both lights are still working, but I mentioned snow before. When I lived up north, snow also meant something else. The truth is that most simple electronics can survive a run-in with fresh water as long as you let them dry out. On the other hand, salt water is not only corrosive in the long term, but conductive in the short term. Exposure to salt water could mean a quick death. First, the Sigma, which I don't expect anything different from. Clearly, it's well sealed, and salt water should be no different. I'd rather not take any chances though and rinse it off with fresh water. Now for the Amazon light. One minute and it's still on. There could be air bubbles in the battery pack, or the circuitry could be too simple to be affected in the short term. Still, I don't think riding down a snowy road covered in salt is going to result in instant failure. I'm curious though, is there something I'm not seeing? Nope. The cardboard squares are all that's covering the conductors, and these batteries are looking kinda crusty. Chances are that some pretty serious corrosion is next, and possibly even a dangerous situation. So, I don't think any of us are surprised right now. After all, we can't compare these lights punch for punch. For some riders, only the very best will do, and for them, it's pretty normal to spend $300 on something that does everything it promises. For others, it's hard to make the case for a $300 light when they're not doing anything demanding or crucial. For a casual rider, the Amazon Light is pretty hard to pass up. Still, you've got to have some set of balls to say this thing is 5,000 lumens. And waterproof? You gotta be kidding me. The circuit board was soaked. I'm not saying I expect a cheap light to be perfectly sealed, but I do expect some level of honesty. After all this though, the real winner has come out of left field. The Buster 200, which was a light on my helmet. This light is compact, really well built, and priced very competitively with comparable lights. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Are any of you guys really serious night riders? What are some long-term considerations I left out? Also, if any of you have been using cheap lights for a long time, I want to know too. Sigma was kind enough to supply these lights, so if you're looking for something bulletproof, check the link in the description. Thanks for riding with me today, and I'll see you next time.